Hey, a lot of work put into this moment. A lot of work. Remember one thing today. You're not alone. You got 10 dudes around you that are going to lay it on the line for you. Do the same for them. Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Driving out of state, I'm crossing in the states. You know that I don't play. I'ma take you on a date. Yeah, I'm the 40 guy, so never switching.
Ready to go.
I know this from the heart, cause you know that I'm a star. And it's all came from the heart. You were here when it was hard. I told her what I'm.
Hey, gotta love this, man. Get to go out there and play some football, man. Have some fun, play for each other.
Or each other for the man next to you.
Hey, 60 minutes, play for one another.
Hey, man, this is a hell of an opportunity. What you willing to lay on the line? Ask yourself that.
Finish, grind, take a deep breath, and have some fun. Okay?
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Bay State Media Postgame Show. We are back. We are here. We are rolling. And am I live on Instagram?
I don't see it.
Nice. Shout out StreamYard. You guys fucking suck. Can't stand you. It says I'm on live now, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's not live. I don't know if I have to click it on here. Give me a second.
It does say we are live, so.
Okay. So, with that being said, guys, we are here. We're here to recap.
You're on live.
Okay. We are here to recap this awesome week of football for you guys. There were some star-studded matchups for sure. I think the best matchup for me wasn't even my team, actually, to start that. It was actually, in my personal opinion, which we won't even kick off with this one, but I thought the Ravens and Browns game was pretty interesting.
Yes.
I thought it was a very interesting game. Shedeur Sanders did get some playing time, but we'll roll into
come back to that.
A couple of these other ones here to kind of start the day. Easy one here. Commanders versus Dolphins. I mean, if you watch the game, it was a complete shit fest. I honestly really didn't like a lot of what I saw from the Commanders in this game. The Dolphins either. I don't think the Dolphins were that great. This Dolphins team is on a little bit of I wouldn't say a heater, but they're kind of finding their way, managing to somehow stay winning games here towards the end of the year. Not that they'll make the playoffs or anything, obviously, as we all know. But, just to dive into the stats a little bit, these games were interesting, and this score was pretty interesting. If you look below, we'll have the scores for you here. I mean, I really don't know. Hold on. NFL Plus selection. Apologize, chat. Come on. Hello. Come on. So, a little bit of the game info here. It was in Madrid, Spain, at Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. If you guys don't know, that is where Real Madrid plays. As you can see here, first quarter, not too many scoring plays, 2 field goals. Second quarter, 2 field goals, a touchdown in the third quarter, a touchdown in the fourth, and
Winning
the
field goal in
Dolphins
overtime.
win on a field goal in overtime. And their previous matchup, which was a couple years ago, the Dolphins ended up winning 45-15. That was a little bit when they had a little bit of a better team, and Tyreek Hill was on a heater. But for a lot of this, obviously I can't show you the highlights so I don't get flagged here. But I mean, not too much to be said here. I really thought it was a shit game. Ben, did you watch that game, Ben?
I watched the end. I managed to catch the end.
Okay, yeah. So I didn't really. I caught like the second half. I wasn't even really able to watch a lot of the other ones here, but also at the same time, I feel like you look at a lot of these games today, and they were some pretty low scoring games. You didn't really have any high scoring games that were involved.
There was like 2 that was like 40 something to 20 something.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
And the rest was like under.
Honestly, this was an odd game for me too. J.J. McCarthy didn't play well in this game at all, but you had the Bears versus the Vikings today. The Bears won 19-17. You know, not too much of a great game from J.J. McCarthy. Just to go to the stats here. And also not a great game from Caleb Williams either. 193 yards, only a 50% completion percentage. DeAndre Swift was really the story of this game. 21 attempts for 90 yards. Kept the chains moving a lot. And Kyle Monengai, 1 touchdown. That was pretty much kind of the
Literally pretty much
difference there.
and it was like in the 3-yard line.
Yep, that was the difference there. And the Bears had a lot of trouble driving today, but Tyreek Stevenson, a forced fumble. Rajon Wright's brother, I forget his first name, but he had a crucial interception. For those who don't know, if you watch Last Chance University, John Beam, the coach and athletic director, was shot and unfortunately killed at Laney College on campus. Rajon Wright went there. His brother plays for the Bears. Rajon Wright plays for the Saints. Really, really sad story. Prayers up to him and his family. Absolutely. You hate to see that type of stuff happen. And also another thing, too, I guess while we're on the topic, Chris Lloyd of the Jets was shot today. He was in critical condition, but now is in stable condition, which is a good sign. But, yeah, a lot of weird shootings going on in the football world. I'm a little, nervous. But, the story of this game was the Bears defense. Sewell with 10 total tackles, 4 solo. You had Edmonds with a pass deflection, Tyreek Stevenson with a pass deflection, Byard with a pass deflection, Montez Sweat with a pass deflection. The typical guys you would like to see make a difference. And like Nero said on a lot of these other pods, Montez Sweat is a guy that you want to see make a difference. And today he kind of did, but 2 tackles is not going to get the job done, honestly. So you kind of want to see him definitely have a better game going into some of these other games here. But, yeah, I mean, it wasn't too much to really say about this.
The player of the game for me was on the Viking side of things, Andrew Van Ginkel.
Yep.
He had 8 tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, and 2 tackles for loss. Even though they lost the game, I thought the Vikings defense was pretty solid overall. If you look at the stats, defensively, there's 3 guys with over 6-7 tackles. I didn't mean 6-7, but whatever.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know if it'll let me show. It probably won't. It's probably restricted. I was going to show you guys the kick return from earlier. But anyways, like Ben said, rough game overall, though, for J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
Touchdown, 2 interceptions.
It was close because of the defenses.
Yeah,
not
Justin
because
Jefferson
of the offense.
was visibly upset today.
Yep.
Still 9 targets, 5 receptions, 61 yards. The defense.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The defense was still great today.
There's even more good than I thought. There's 6.
Yep. And the tackles for a loss, you can see there's a lot of tackles for a loss there in that column. A total of
But if you go all the way at the bottom, it should say
9.
10.
Oh, 10. Okay, yeah, it shows at the bottom there. 9. Yeah, I was gonna say 10 next, honestly, going down the line there. 10. Not too much from the kicking game. Kickoff returns, not too much happened there. But yeah, I mean, this was a slow game. Like I said, it was a very odd week, chat. I didn't really like covering. I don't really like covering this week because a lot of the games were kind of boring.
Even though there was a lot of division matchups.
Yeah, and there were a lot of division matchups, which was crucial. Which we'll get into a lot of those going down the line here too as well. But the next game, again, not too much really to say about this game either. This was a rout. The Bengals lost today to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 12-34.
Again? No, not again. This split.
You look at, the Bengals won the first time, yeah. So there's a little Joe Flacco
this split.
game.
That's why I corrected myself.
Joe Flacco, not too much of a legacy game today. 200 yards, a touchdown, an interception. Cincinnati, Chase Brown, 18 attempts for 100 yards, pretty much 99 to be more exact. Just not too much going on here as far as wanting to see Joe Burrow come back into the season, guys.
Week 12 or week 13 against either the Ravens or the Bills.
Yeah, this team is 3-7. They better hope that Baltimore loses a couple games. They better hope that Pittsburgh loses a couple games so that they can
Baltimore are hot, so it's gonna be tough.
and they could win out. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, 4 in a row.
I wouldn't go that far. Still problems over there in Baltimore for sure.
Nah, yeah, for sure. I don't disagree.
But yeah, you look at that overall for the Browns. Just, I mean for the Browns, for the Bengals, just really not too much overall done there in the passing game. Ball was spread around, as you can clearly see. Touchdown for T. Higgins today. Jamar Chase was pretty much a non-factor with 10 targets today.
A non-factor on the passing game, but a factor in the can I say is the entertainment?
Yeah, spit in Jalen Ramsey's face. So we can't wait to see if he'll get a suspension. If he doesn't,
Or
then,
fine.
that'll be a fucking issue with a lot of people.
And Ramsey got ejected as well. So
Yep, he did. Oddly enough, Mason Rudolph came in this game today. Actually outplayed Aaron Rodgers today.
I mean, yeah, Rodgers got out of the game with an injury to his left wrist.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
It might have a slight break into it.
Yeah, so you might see Mason Rudolph next week, chat, unless Rodgers toughs it out. But these are no hockey players. You know how it goes. So, 127 yards and a touchdown.
Mason Rudolph didn't do this bad, yeah.
Yeah. 127 yards and a touchdown for Mason Rudolph. Aaron Rodgers, 116 and a touchdown. Both split the time here due to Aaron Rodgers' injury. Jalen Warren, 10 for 62. Not too much of a difference here in the run game, but Kenneth Gainwell, 24 yards. Pass game, Kenneth Gainwell, that's where he really made a difference. 81 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was obviously the very big difference in this game. Then you take a look at Kyle Duggar.
I somehow put him Kenneth Gainwell as an honorable mention. So we'll get to the defense.
Get through the stats here. Kyle Duggar, interception return for a touchdown. I'm sure the Patriots do not miss him, even though he had a good game today. With that one play, and they were going up against the Bengals, so you don't really know if he really had a good game today. If you really watched, he didn't have the best, honestly. If you really think about it,
I had
Patrick Queen.
I had James. So.
Hold on, Ben. I gotta get through the stats.
Yeah,
Patrick Queen, 10 total tackles, 5 solo tackles, 2 pass deflections. He was really the Pierre, 2 pass deflections, 6 tackles, 3 solo. And you look at Jalen Ramsey today, 4 tackles, 2 solo, 1 pass deflection. Kyle Duggar, 3 tackles, 2 pass deflections. That was early on in the game. Joey Porter Jr., who's been almost a non-factor a lot of the times this season on this defense that is like $160 million worth, which is fucking crazy. Joey Porter, 3 tackles, 1 solo, 1 pass deflection. And, obviously the Steelers here, they really didn't have like a overbearingly great game. I mean, they scored 34 points, but, DK Metcalf was pretty much a non-factor, 5 for 50 yards. Darnell Washington, 4 for 67 with the awesome fucking stiff arm today. But
yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty much the basis of that. And, to see the recap, a couple touchdowns in the first quarter, field goal here in the second quarter, field goal for the Bengals. And then after that, the Steelers just took over for the third and the fourth quarter here. Field goal and a touchdown and 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. So, yeah, Ben, I mean, how did you feel about this game, man?
I mean, I think it was expected that it was a clear Steelers win from the start. So the fact that the logic was respected is good for the Steelers.
Right.
Even though I hate them with a passion. But
you and me both.
A good defensive game. That's that.
You and me both, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, you hope to see him be okay next week.
Don't wish energy on anyone.
This was probably the second most anticipated game of the week. Might have actually been the third. You'll see the other 2 games we'll get into here. The Buccaneers and the Bills. Odd game today. The Buccaneers hung in until they couldn't. Baker Mayfield, a touchdown and an interception today with 173 yards. Didn't have the greatest game so far this season. One of his worst games so far this season. Tucker, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, ultimately was the difference for them. And Baker Mayfield on the ground, 39 yards and a touchdown. So 2 total touchdowns today for Baker Mayfield.
Tucker had 3 touchdowns? Damn.
Yeah. Tucker, 2 for 34 in the pass game and a touchdown, 3 total touchdowns. Sterling Shepard, 54 yards. Ibuka, 40. They spread the ball around, but it wasn't really enough in the end here. The defense didn't play so particularly well in terms of the rush, but obviously in the past they had a couple deflections, a couple interceptions. So the defense played well, but didn't play well enough to stop the Buffalo Bills from scoring 44 points today. Which obviously, if you watch today, the story of this game,
You'll know why.
Mr. Josh Allen, 317 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, which, you would like to see him not turn the fucking ball over. But obviously today he had a little bit of an issue doing that today. But Josh Allen, 40 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. He is, if I'm not mistaken, 2 touchdowns away from passing Cam Newton for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in their career, which honestly, I thought Lamar Jackson would be higher than 12th. Lamar Jackson is 12th with 34. So what a feat for Josh Allen, who he's not obviously Lamar Jackson in terms of elusiveness, but he's big, he's strong, he's fast enough. He likes to get into the end zone. So shout out to Josh Allen. He's going to end up breaking that record probably before the year ends. Mr. Shavers, 90 yards and a touchdown. He was ultimately
Wait,
the
no,
biggest
he's
factor.
tied.
Huh?
He's tied.
Oh,
He's
well,
tied with
yeah,
Newton.
I guess he's tied.
Somehow it's a 75 for both.
Shavers, 90 yards, a touchdown, and only 5 total targets. So he was really reeling them in. James Cook, obviously. James Cook is always good for if you bet. I like to take James Cook 100+ rushing receiving every single fucking game. He's literally the focal point of that offense. As much as you'd say it's Josh Allen, James Cook is probably the most important player on this offense. He's just so lethal in both ends on both sides of the pass game that and the run game that I don't know how he couldn't be the most important on this team. Couple other guys didn't really do too much. Other than Shavers, Johnson at 61 yards, Gabe Davis, 40 yards. Gabe Davis looks washed out there. I don't know. He looks like a shell of himself from the playoff season that they ended up having not too long ago when he caught a couple touchdown passes against the Kansas City Chiefs. But
And it was they Bills had no key, I think Coleman, whoever it was an empty scratch.
Yeah, but you've been average. Like, I haven't really liked Coleman all year. Like, he's been average the past couple of years. We'll see what happens. Or he was last year as well. We'll see what happens. I'm not really sold on Keon Coleman. I wasn't sold on Keon Coleman coming into the NFL. I thought it was an odd pick. But to each their own over there in Buffalo. 11 total tackles for Jordan Poyer. He was a story on defense with 1 pass deflection for solo. Bernard with 8 total tackles, 5 solo, 2 tackles for a loss, and 2 pass deflections. He was obviously the second most important. But Poyer was flying around there and making a difference today. And, a couple interceptions or 1 interception like you had seen earlier today. And Baker Mayfield struggled converting the ball on 3rd down, whereas the Bills did not. So if you look at the standings here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are 6-4. Carolina is 6-5. They make their way to second, they've been in second for I think the past 2 weeks now. Atlanta is 3-7. So, you look at Atlanta and they have clear problems over there.
We'll get to that game.
If you're a Pats fan, you obviously know that. Fucking 28-3. Never forget. Never forget. But this next game, shoot, man. This is, as per usual with this matchup, the Jacksonville Jaguars destroyed the Los Angeles Chargers. And
complete shutdown.
Yep. It's complete shutdown, dude. I mean, honestly, even the craziest part is Trevor Lawrence didn't play all that crazy. He had 153 yards, a touchdown, and an interception, and then he had one rushing touchdown. Yeah. But he only rushed for 9 yards. So, the jury's still out on. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know if the jury's still out on Trevor Lawrence. He might very well be one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league. You got a crazy game from ETN and Tootin today. Jacoby Myers, 5 for 64 on 6 targets. Tim Patrick, 3 receptions for 20 yards and a touchdown. Kind of had a little bit of a resurgence there today, catching a touchdown, catching a couple key passes. But yeah, this is a Jacksonville team that it looks like, from the looks of it to me, man, defense was the story of this game today. No interceptions for a touchdown, but really just kept setting up this team over and over and over again to get to the quarterback. Josh Hines Allen, a sack today, tackle for a loss, pass deflection, 2 tackles, and Josh Hines Allen is the all-time leader in sacks, I believe. Today he hit that mark for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so shout out to
I think it's
Josh
Jaguars
Hines
history.
Allen.
Yeah.
I think he put Hines Allen because he was being called Josh Allen, and that I don't blame him. You don't want to be compared to another man 24/7. Be like, oh, Josh Allen. Which Josh Allen are you talking about? So shout out Josh Hines Allen.
It becomes all-time career sacks leader on the takedown of Herbert.
Yes,
Jaguars
indeed.
in franchise history.
Eric Armstead, 2 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss. Definitely a big factor on that D line today. Did a great job, and overall, Trayvon Walker too, 4 tackles, 2 solo, half a sack, and it's just, dude, how I know they put up 34 points, man, 35 points, but it didn't feel like it today. It just didn't feel like it. And for me, you look at the Chargers, obviously, horrible game from Herbert today. 10 for 18, 81 yards and a pick, sacked twice, rating of 44. Excuse me, sorry.
Excuse you.
Keenan Allen, 4 for 53 on 6 targets. Gadsden, 2 receptions for 41 yards. Ladd McConkey, 3 receptions for 13. It was just an all-around bad game. Not much to say here.
Justin Herbert came out of the game as well with an apparent injury, so that's something to probably look out for.
Yeah, definitely monitor that for sure. Yeah, I mean, overall, not much to say about the Chargers. I'm not even going to lie to you. There's really not much to say about this game.
Yeah, 6 points in the first 2 quarters and nothing else.
Yep. So, another game that I thought was a pretty decent game. Giants hopped out to an early lead on the Packers today, but in the end, the Packers won 27-20 at East Rutherford in MetLife Stadium. The Packers are 6-3. Hopefully, if you're a Packers fan, you hope that the Detroit Lions lose tonight. And Philadelphia is still 7-2, and there's nobody in that division. Excuse me. Nobody in that division that's gonna compete with them at all, whatsoever. It's just odd. Don't know how people think that Dallas is going to compete. I get the offense is there, but they have the 31st worst defense in the league this season. So you look at this team and you ask yourself, the Eagles too as well, after the stinker they put up last week against the Packers, even though they won. You ask yourselves if they can redeem themselves tonight. Right now in this game, the last time I checked the score for the Eagles and Lions game, it was 3-0, but now it is 13-6 going into halftime. The Eagles are up on the Detroit Lions. And the next game, the most interesting game of the day today, just considering my guy Bryce Young. What a fucking game today from Bryce Young, huh?
Probably his best game of his career so far, honestly.
What a game.
Not probably his best game of his career.
Yep. Took 5 sacks today, poor guy, but still ended up 3 touchdowns, almost 70% completion percentage, 448 yards. If you're a Bryce Young fantasy owner, I know you was jumping through the gym today. Especially Tenero McMillan, 8 for 30, 130 and 2 touchdowns. He was obviously the second biggest difference maker. Rico Dowdle with a mediocre game, 19 for 45.
I'll specify that Dowdle had a touchdown taken away he just stepped out of bounds before going for a touchdown.
Right.
At the end of the 4th quarter.
You got not too much to say about the defense, honestly. 2 good games from Rosenboom and Morig. Both had 10 tackles, combined tackles of 21, 1 tackle for a loss for Rosenboom. And, a pretty good all-around game so far with the defense. There's only 3 players that have 1 tackle. Everyone else was in a multi-tackle state here in this game. And then you had pass deflections today, galore. Thornton with 2, Sherrillis with 1. Jackson with 1, and Wharton with 1. 5 total pass deflections against a pretty pass-heavy team. So you do like to see the Panthers making this type of headway up into the division, as you can see already, like we already said, 6-5 here, 6-4 Buccaneers. If the Buccaneers stay banged up and the Panthers can find a way to win some games, shoot, the Panthers might come away with this division.
Honestly, they've been playing too good for probably not to not win the division.
Yep. They
I would
beat
say,
the Packers.
yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
They probably can't come out with the division come like week 16, 17, probably.
Absolutely. Michael Penix today, 13 for 16, 175, 81% completion percentage. Hurt himself on an awkward tackle. It was really weird looking. It doesn't look like he'll probably play next week, honestly, if I'm really being honest with you. Anyone that's a Michael Penix fan, Michael Penix fantasy owner here, yeah, he's probably not going to play next week. It was pretty gruesome, pretty weird injury. Leg bent a little bit backwards on a tackle. So, you just hope to see him okay. And obviously, as you know, earlier in this year, Panthers beat up on the Falcons already. So this ain't the first time they've scored 30. They scored 30 so far, a total of 60 points so far on the Falcons this season, which
And that's when the Panthers really turned the season around really early, like I think it was 3 or 4 games in.
absolutely.
They really turned the season around this point.
Yeah, it was in September. It was like 3 weeks in. Bijan Robinson, 23 for 104, 2 touchdowns. Wasn't enough to make a difference. Algier with a touchdown and 10 yards. Drake London, 7 receptions, 119 yards. If you're a Drake London fantasy owner, keep an eye out for his MRI evaluation that's coming up.
Tomorrow.
Probably, I think it's like tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Coming up tomorrow, the evaluation.
On a knee injury.
Yeah, he's got a knee injury. You're hoping, obviously, that he's okay for the most part.
It's all for that it's not too serious. That's a good start.
Right, absolutely. And you look at this stat sheet here. I mean, Darnell Mooney, okay game, I guess. 34 yards. Bijan Robinson, 39 yards. Kyle Pitts, 14. Kyle Pitts is still invisible in the NFL. Don't know why you have that man if you are not going to use him whatsoever. It just doesn't make any sense. And I maybe the Pats can take him off their hands, or maybe even my Chiefs, they could take him off their hands. But yeah, Kyle Pitts, another underwhelming game for his career so far. But yeah, I mean, Bryce Young, legacy game today. You love to see it, especially a guy who gets a lot of criticism, takes a lot of criticism. So it was awesome to see his performance today. Got the Texans and the Titans. Shitfest. 2 teams that honestly I think suck. The Texans have a great defense, but the offense is not there whatsoever. This one was in Nashville, Tennessee. And as you can see, the Titans, man, 1-9, gonna have the first overall pick. Hopefully, they don't fuck that up. And maybe they can get Cam Ward some help if there is anyone they feel interested in getting to get Cam Ward some help. If not, definitely make some moves on the defense. Definitely go on a free agency with all the receivers that are free agents this upcoming year. So, 16-13 final score here. Davis Mills, 274 and a touchdown, 26 for 41, 4 sacks. Not even too bad of a game, but when you throw for that much and you play that well, I don't understand how you only get 1 touchdown. No run game, as you can see. Chubb was a non-factor. Woody Marks was almost damn near a non-factor. Nico Collins, 9 for 92 and a touchdown. He was the only one that scored a touchdown today on the offense for the Houston Texans. And defense, always the story. Togai, 3 tackles, 2 solo, half a sack, pass deflection, speed. 5 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 pass deflection.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
Danielle Hunter, 4 total tackles, 1 solo, 1.5 sacks, tackle for a loss. And so obviously he was pretty much the biggest factor. Danielle Hunter, he is probably the best player on that defense. So, shoot, a lot of football watching today. Sorry, chat. football watching and working. Fucking Titans. I mean, not much to fucking say, dude, about this Titans team. Cam Moore didn't play particularly well. 24 for 37, 194 and a touchdown. He played all right. Cam Moore 3 for 33 on the ground and a fumble. Tony Pollard, 10 touches for 22 yards. Don't know what's going on with him. And Tyjae Spears even worse, 4 for 30. 4 for 3 yards. Really bad day from the running backs in the run game. It was almost non-existent. That's probably why they lost.
I
this
mean,
game.
when you have your QB being your best rushing option, I think it's a problem.
There's nothing you could do.
Yeah.
The Texans 26-0 in the first game they played this year. So at least the Titans made it a little bit closer. Receiving, the ball was spread around, but it wasn't spread around enough for this team to actually do something and make a difference. 3 for 56 for Okonkwo on 3 targets. So at least he caught all of his targets. Excuse me, I'm sorry. 5 receptions for 31 yards. 5 targets for Spears, caught all of his targets. Everyone else sucked. Calvin Ridley left with an injury today. Prayers up to him. Hopefully he's okay.
It's a broken fibula and he's out for the rest of the year.
Oh, well, there's your answer, chat. Baker, 9 total tackles, 9 solo, pass deflection. He was obviously a difference maker out there today, as well as Alani Hooker, 8 total, 8 solo, and 1 pass deflection as well. So, pretty shitty game overall. No CJ Stroud, obviously. He has a mild concussion, but you look at the Houston Texans on the outside looking in against the Jaguars and the Colts, 5-5, while the Tennessee is 1-9. But fuck, man. The 49ers beat the Cardinals today. I mean, like I said to you guys, this is a really weird week. Jacoby Brissett today is really the story of this game, oddly enough. Broke the NFL record for most completions in a single game. He had 47 completions, 47 for 57. And you know what the craziest part is? 82% is crazy when you throw the ball almost 60 times. Yeah. Like Kyler Murray, you might need to start learning Mandarin, brother. No bullshit. You might end up on the Shanghai Sharks. Or actually, you better start learning how to throw a baseball again. For real.
Back to college you go. Back in the draft.
Yeah, I'm telling you, not even. Just go sign with somebody in MLB if you can go get a tryout, because, brother, you might have lost your job. No bullshit. And it's just only because James Conner is out.
They get Troy
and
Benson.
You guys' defense sucks.
And they get Troy Benson relatively soon. I think like next week or in 2 weeks. So
yeah,
it's that as well.
Absolutely. Michael Wilson, 15 for 185. Trey McBride.
I'll just say Wilson is the most receiving yards by receiver this year.
What in a game?
Yeah, that's what I've seen there.
Trey McBride, 10 receptions, 15 yards, and a touchdown on 11 targets. Elite. Not much to say about Trey McBride. He's probably the best pass catching tight end in the league right now, no doubt. Especially, or last year it would have been Brock Bowers, but this year, yeah, he's made a huge difference for that team. So you hope that he can improve and expound on that for sure. Greg Dortch, 6 receptions, 66 yards, and a touchdown. The ball was spread around a little bit for him today. So the defense, Mr. Simon, 12 tackles, 4 solo. He was obviously the story of this game. As you can see, everybody else here kind of pitched in and made a difference. No interceptions today for Brock Purdy, who came back today and made his mid-season return from injury debut with 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, picking up right where he left off. Christian McCaffrey, 13 for 81 and 2 touchdowns, right where he's left off of injury too as well. So it's 49ers team. They're rolling. They're moving, grooving, vibing, and sliding. You feel me? So you hope to see that they can continue this for sure.
I mean, if you look at the division, I think it is somewhat close. I think.
Absolutely. Yep.
If you look
It
at the
was.
division, I think it's somewhat close.
Yep. And oh my god, I'm sorry, chat. Oh, we're trying to fly through this. We'll be live again after the Lions Eagles game. If you guys are tuning in and watching, we'll be live again. Shout out to anybody watching. Love you guys. Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. Seahawks, Rams, the most anticipated game of this week. The Seahawks and the Rams somehow had a nail biter. JSN, I think, was probably the biggest difference maker in this whole entire game.
I don't know why the game isn't there.
What the? Is it not here?
I don't see it.
Uh-oh. Well, NFL, next time, do your job. Can't show you guys the stats for that on here, so I'll read them to you out loud because I have them here on my phone.
Yes, to confirm the Michael Wilson stat, yes, he has the most receiving yards in a game this season. The other closest is Devontae Smith, and he beat him by 2 yards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Devontae Smith did have that monster game. Sam Darnold, absolute fucking buns today, chat.
I think 4 picks.
Yeah, 4 interceptions, 279 yards. Kenneth Walker, 16 for 67 with a touchdown on the ground. And JSN with 9 and 105. Now you look at this game, and Ben, what stood out to you the most?
The 4 picks by Darnold.
Well, other than that, in terms of like how
the Rams defense usually, because like
going forward, yep,
easily the Rams defense. Because like if you look on the offensive side of things for the Rams, there's not much that stands out. Like Stafford, 15 for 28, 132 touchdowns. Karen Williams, 12 for 10 with 12 carries, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Puka 7 receptions, 75 yards, no touchdown. Like the touchdown was like by Parkinson. We had 2 receptions, 14 yards. So it's mostly the defense, the Rams defense that made the difference. Kitchens had 2 interceptions for 52 yards.
Yep.
Durant
elite
10,
offense versus elite defense.
Durant one interception for 10, and Williams 1 for 18. So definitely the Rams defense that made the difference, and I think that was expected. And Darnold throwing 4 picks didn't help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time he threw a pick, I was like, "Oh my god!" But another one.
I was screaming fraud in our Bay State Media public chat. If you guys want to join our Bay State Media public chat, just DM me on Instagram if you're watching on Instagram. YouTube, Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, it's at Amari.Scott. Just ask me and I'll get you guys in there. You guys can come chop it up. We were talking all day about football today in there. We're having some nice debates. So definitely tune in. Like Ben said, this team is definitely a contender in terms of the Rams. The Seahawks came back down to earth. Sam Darnold is back down to earth. So you kind of want to see, hopefully, Sam Darnold can bounce back and revitalize himself.
Sure.
Oh man. I don't know what we're gonna do, dude. I really don't know what we're gonna do. We could not beat a fucking injured Broncos team today, man.
Oh, they were right
there it is. Sorry, I guess. One click pass. We could not beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Lost to the Broncos today. And it was just ugly. I'm not even going to fucking sugarcoat shit. I've said this before on multiple fucking occasions. The Broncos were going to win the division. I picked the Broncos before the season started to win the division. I was in a fucking Chiefs group chat with all these fucking Chiefs fans claiming, oh, yeah, we're going to go back to the Super Bowl after seeing this fucking shitty-ass defense. And Jalen Watson is so trash. I'm really tired of seeing this guy out there. Like, I'm just really tired of seeing Jalen Watson play for my fucking football team. There needs to be something done at this point. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what it's going to take. But we go up against the Colts next week. And if we can't even fucking stop the Broncos, I don't know what.
I don't think you can.
And Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman. I mean, it's just getting gross. It's getting atrocious, dog. I'm heated, bro. I'm tired of going through this every week, week in and week out. And I don't give a fuck that we beat a depleted Ravens team that's now on a 4-game heater because one, the Ravens are still injured. So even then,
Yeah.
enough to a point, it's like they haven't really played anyone that good lately, anyways. So for me, I think these Chiefs fans delusional telling me in a whole group chat, sitting in a fucking group chat with Chiefs pages, like Chiefs Capital, telling me, this fucking kid telling me, oh, we're going to go back to the Super Bowl. Everything's going to be fucking fine. Every week I had to tell him. It got to the point I had to leave to the group chat, bro. As a Chiefs fan, I can't do this with y'all no more. Wake up. Caden is the only person, this kid in our group chat, awesome Chiefs fan, awesome model, guys. Go follow him on Instagram. He's in the chat. Come talk to him. It's okay because I'm a Chiefs fan. You guys can come shit on me too. I don't care. I've been saying all year we suck. If you watch the podcast, I've been saying all year we suck, and we do suck. It's horrible, bro. It's disgusting. And Patrick Mahomes, bro, I don't know what the fuck you're doing out there. I don't. I really don't. You get Rashee Rice back. You have Xavier Worthy. You have Hollywood Brown, and you're still out here throwing picks and throwing incomplete passes and just force feeding the ball to Travis Kelce, like this old ass nigga who's clearly lost a step, dude. Like I'm everyone's saying, oh yeah, this team's gonna be this and that, and when we reach the playoffs, dude, Mahomes is gonna turn up. Okay, we've seen that. But in the past, at least the defense has done a good enough fucking job to make sure that Mahomes can do his job. And we can't even do that. And I'm tired of getting beat deep down the field. I'm tired of getting beat over the middle of the field. I'm tired of getting beat on post corners near the sideline. It's streak routes. I don't know what it's going to take, bro. I really don't. And Drew Tranquil to me and Nick Bolton, they've been getting eaten alive, bro. Eaten alive in the pass game. They can't cover a single fucking Gemma. Oh my god, this fucking cat, dude. Hold on, guys. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Fucking hate that cat. So you look at this team and it's really, really a fucking telltale sign. And I don't care that Travis Kelce had 9 for 91 and a touchdown today. And they keep force feeding the guy the fucking ball. For what? For what? Rashee Rice was almost a non-factor today, bro. And Tyquan Thornton had 1 catch for 61 yards. I don't know why Chiefs fans keep glazing him. Put Tyquan Thornton in the game. All he can do is run streaks and he can literally all he can do is run slot fades and post streaks. That's it. The occasional deep cross, the occasional post corner. I don't know. No Alex Singleton today. No Jonah Ellis today. No J.K. Dobbins today. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. This season for me, I'm a Colts fan for the rest of the season. You guys heard it here first. I'm not doing this shit anymore. And whatever, I don't care if we end up winning the Super Bowl. So fucking be it. Cool. So fucking be it. Whatever.
To piss off the rest of the league again.
Whatever. We need some devil magic, and the Jews want to help us out. Whatever. I don't know what to do at this point. I really don't. So it just gets to a point where you look at these stats and it's just atrocious, man. I just, it's sad. It's disgusting. And this is not the standard we are supposed to be playing by. And I can't even blame it on Andy Reid. And I'm tired of fucking sitting here acting like Steve Spagnuolo. I mean, Matt Nagy, excuse me. Matt Nagy is a good offensive coordinator. He's utter trash. Did we not learn anything from what he did in Chicago? He's utter garbage. It's sickening, dude. And Spagnuolo, dude, like, it's not even his fault. The secondary couldn't cover a fucking 8th grade 7-on-7 team if they wanted to. They couldn't even cover our flag football team. I hope RJ's watching, because he couldn't even cover us. Dead serious. They couldn't. I'm tired of seeing Jalen Watson go out there and get cooked. I'm tired of us force feeding the ball to Kelce, who's lost a step. I'm tired of Connor being out there and Brian Cook can't cover a fucking soul. But Trent McDuffie can do his job 24/7. They're not throwing his way. For what reason? Because he's doing his job. Every single time. It's like, and then I don't know, man. And this Broncos offense is fucking shit. I mean, you go in there and you let them put up 22 points on you, and they've struggled all season. Bo Nix didn't even throw a touchdown today. He had 295 yards today. The run game was non-existent. No J.K. Dobbins. R.J. Harvey, who I have on my fantasy team, 30 yards today. Thanks, asshole. You suck too. Two teams who fucking suck and are going to get smoked if they make the Super Bowl. Smoked. And that's not to say, I'll come out on a limb and say this. The Pats are going to smoke this. If we played the Pats, they're going to smoke us. Drake May is going to torch this defense. I swear to God. I'm being dead serious. All these Chiefs fans and everybody else who can laugh now and think it's funny and everyone's being premature, I don't know if you guys are watching what Drake May is doing this season. It doesn't matter who you put in front of him. He's just wheeling and dealing, and Josh McDaniels is the greatest offensive coordinator to ever fucking live. Mike Vrabel is making that defense one of the best defenses in the league. This team has done a complete 180, and nobody wants to admit it because you guys hate Tom Brady so much. You guys hated their 20-year dynasty so much, and you guys thought they'd suck for fucking 10 to 15 to 20 years. They're back. And as someone from Massachusetts who's a Chiefs fan, I've been a Chiefs fan my whole life in a Patriots family. So, yes, I've been taunted. Yeah, my family has talked shit. Trust me. I know because I watched it happen. And we still couldn't beat the Patriots. And I get it was Tom Brady. I get it. But we haven't beaten the Patriots in the playoffs. And we're not going to beat them this year if Jalen Watson and these people continue to play like this, dude. It's just getting ridiculous. And it's not even like anyone had an overbearing game. I mean, Troy Franklin and Patrick Bryant both get 80 yards on you today? Are you kidding me? Did two of their best games all season? And Chiefs fans are sitting here telling me, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. It's been 10 weeks now, dude. Now 11. It's been 11 weeks now. When are you going to wake up and smell the coffee? This is not our year. The Patriots for 20 years didn't win every single fucking year. They didn't even make the playoffs every single fucking year. So this delusion that this success lasts forever after we got mopped last year at the fucking Super Bowl. Got fucking mopped, bro, by Jalen Hurts, who literally has 1,000 yards this season. 1,000. He doesn't even have 2,000 yards passing this season. And we lost to them. Not only last year, but this year. And Jalen Hurts is garbage. Saquon Barkley is not even getting the ball correctly. A.J. Brown is out there complaining he's not getting the ball. And we're over here thinking that this team is going, or you're over here thinking as a Chiefs fan that this team is going to somehow make it all the way just because if we can't even make it to the playoffs, what makes you niggas think we're going to make it to the Super Bowl? There's some odd delusion because no one has an answer for Jonathan Taylor. As much as everyone wants to sit here and say, Jonathan Taylor this, Jonathan Taylor that, it's just a Jonathan Taylor-centric team, you haven't been watching the Colts. The defense has been amazing. They just got Sauce Gardner. And then on top of that, you're sitting here and you're telling me that this Colts team can't make a run. They're built to make a run. All Daniel Jones needed was fucking help, guys. That's all Daniel Jones needed was help. And it's getting sickening to me. I'm sitting here every week listening to this person and that person, and I sat for the first 4 weeks to the point where I had to leave my own fan base's group chat because of the fucking glazing and the delusion. Y'all know it's let's get negative on here, and that's what we doing. That's the slogan. Ben has more of a reason to think his team's going to make the playoffs right now. They've won 4 straight fucking games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're not even better than us. I just don't. And last year, you go 15-2, and as I told everybody, we weren't going to win the Super Bowl. We got exposed. We had 13 one-score games last year. By the skin of our teeth, the defense is what saved us, and it gave us a 15-2 record last year. Delusion. And when I said that to a bunch of Chiefs fans, guess what they tried to tell me? That doesn't matter. We still went 15-2. Okay, you're seeing it now this year. Everything I said in the offseason, everything I said at the beginning of the season, that we would lose and the Broncos would win the division. Who's first in the division right now?
Broncos.
I'm telling you, y'all don't be watching football, man. Y'all don't be watching this game. You don't. You don't watch film. You don't watch anything. You get on Instagram. You go and have your little hot take page of fucking 9,000 followers. You go and talk shit. That's why we made this. We made this for this reason. Because I'm tired of having to be right. I'm tired of the internet takes. The Instagram Bleacher Report takes. It's fucking stupid. If you're a Chiefs fan, chop it up and hope that we get a good draft pick. Genuinely. Chop it up and hope. Because the Patriot schedule from here on out is fucking easy. It is easy. I mean, when I'm talking easy, I mean it is one of the easiest fucking schedules in the whole entire league. In the whole entire league. What gives?
Yeah,
I don't know at this point.
The only team that has an easier schedule is the Saints.
And the Patriots already beat the Bills and the Buccaneers. So there's that for you. Already beat the Bills and the Buccaneers. And every week people are sitting here saying the same thing about us, but Chiefs fans can't get with the program.
And the Chiefs had the 13th most hardest schedule.
After I was told by a bunch of Chiefs fans and Chiefs Capital, oh, we have one of the easiest schedules on the back end of the year.
Nope.
Does that look real easy to you now after I told you?
Broncos, Colts, Chargers.
We got the Broncos again?
I think so. I mean, if it hasn't updated,
let
me check. But
yo, we lose to the Colts next week. If you're a Chiefs fan, chop that shit up. And
chop it up. Yeah.
Chop it up and hope, because it's clips. We lose to the Colts next week, it's clips. There's probably no amount of winning out. And the Bills have a very easy schedule.
Week 17.
Yep. And we very well might see if we were to make the playoffs, we very well have to see the Bills again. And this might, if they get on a heater after what just happened this week with Josh Allen today, oh, you better hope. You're a Chiefs fan, you better pray. Because I stopped praying before the season started. I knew that Chargers game. I knew when that Chargers game happened and that defense sold and Herbert iced the game with a 25, 30-yard run. I just knew you guys were sickeningly delusional. I knew. And we're turning into Pats fans of the 20-year dynasty that thought they were going to win every year. We're turning into the Eagles fans of now, where you think everything revolves around. The Eagles won one Super Bowl and the fan base forgets how to fucking act.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, as a Chiefs fan, this is concerning. Andy Reid's not getting any younger. I'm pretty sure bro's 70. I'm pretty sure Andy Reid's 70 years old. And if he's not, he's at least 67, 68.
But he is 67.
At least.
He is 67 years old.
It's concerning.
He doesn't have much longer in the tank as a coach.
Nope. We shit the bed this year, that window gets shorter.
Yep.
We don't know. And Kelsey is looking like he's deteriorating by the year, the past 2 years. I'm pretty sure he's 35 years old. Kelsey's been in the league for a long time.
36. He just turned 36.
Even worse.
He just turned 36 last month.
Even worse. He's gonna be 37 next year. Sorry for the monologue, but dude, it's just spooky. It's scary. And if you are a Chiefs fan or an anything fan, in the AFC, I should say, I guarantee you, the Colts or the Pats is probably making it out of there. And I'm sure the Broncos will fight. Honestly, with the Broncos defense, if they get healthy and they can keep winning games, PS2 just got a free break this week. So did Singleton and Ellis. You know, they get a week. They're good, and they just won.
Now now they're going on the buys and
Yeah, because they're going into the bye week, right?
yes, they are.
Yep. And they're going into the bye week, guys.
I think they're going to, or it's the week after.
That is, I don't know. I don't know. Going into the bye week, they get an extra week of rest. We have to play the Colts. That's where I see this being a problem. Also, yeah, guys, this is a Bay State Media beanie. I'm sorry I didn't even introduce that. It's a little small, as you can see, from my big ass head, so we have to get a resize on the beanies because these are not finna.
The Broncos is next week.
Yeah.
I should check fantasy real quick because I have 4 Broncos players.
Yep, and it's sickening, man. It's fucking sickening. But the last game of the day, Mr. Ben's Baltimore Ravens. They beat the Cleveland Browns. I mean, oddly enough, you know.
Can I say it? Extraordinary fashion.
I was gonna say Shador Sanders got in this game real quick before you go, so you can talk about the game. Shador Sanders got in the game, which I was very happy about today. So if you didn't watch today, Shador Sanders did get some playing time
in the second half.
Didn't play. The stats aren't going to tell you everything, but if you watch the game, he played well enough to keep the team in the game, and he was driving the ball downfield, moving out of the pocket, and throwing on the move, trying to extend plays to make plays with his legs. And this offensive line has made Gabriel and Sanders look horrible. Dylan Gabriel got hurt. Prayers up to Dylan Gabriel. Obviously, all us Shador fans, we want to see Shador continue to play. And we do not hope that Dylan Gabriel obviously stays injured. That obviously it's a concussion, it's a very serious thing in football and contact sports. So you obviously hope Dylan Gabriel is okay and he comes back to play next week. But if Shador Sanders ends up playing next week, it's a chance for him to prove himself. But Ben, as far as the Ravens, man, how did you feel about this game today? I know the stats here obviously aren't the greatest, but
it was pretty scary. I'll just say that we were behind like 16-9, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, are we gonna actually lose this game? Then I saw we tie. I was like, okay. Then I did something. I checked my phone at the end of the game. Oh, we won. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked by how we won. It's a Mark Andrews rushing touchdown. I'm like, what?
Yep.
And I see the play. I'm like, okay, well, that's a very good. That's out of nowhere.
Greatest sneak play I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, fake tush push by a tight end for 35 yards. That's honestly, when I saw that, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was tweaking.
But
Beautiful play design.
Yeah, other than that, I think I really like the receiving stat don't show, obviously. But I think it was easily Mark Andrews' best game of the year.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry, like you said, too, 100 yards and a touchdown. Pretty solid. LaFraud Jackson, I'm here to say it. Buddy, you can't have 193 and 2 interceptions with no touchdowns, brother. You can't. Nope.
And apparently the 2 interceptions were both tipped into the air and caught.
Can't do it. You just you can't.
Wrong,
it's just and I love Lamar's game. I love him as a player, but I can't defend him a lot anymore, man. It's hard to. I do still think he's injured.
I'm starting to see that as well.
Absolutely. He's definitely still injured. He's definitely dealing with that hamstring. It's just not all sunshines and rainbows. So I don't want to go too crazy, but 2 picks today. Didn't he also fumble? Or who fumbled? Somebody fumbled.
What did
it was LeJohntay Wester.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeJohntay Wester fumbled. I apologize. Yep, Shador Sanders' old teammate fumbled today. And the Browns, I mean, you know, as you can see, Dylan Gabriel didn't play too much, but he was off to a good start. Sanders 4 for 16. That came in at the end of the game to try and save him. Was getting sacked and pressured. As you can see, 2 sacks in a short amount of time. An interception. And then you look at the rest of this team too, and going forward, what is this team going to be able to do to actually stay in a position where they can win games? I mean, I don't know. They're 2-8. It's not like they're trying to make the playoffs, but you want to see a strong end to the season. Judkins had a great game, a decent game. 17 for pretty much 60 yards, 59 to be more exact. The receiving, Tillman, 52. Harold Fannin didn't get targets until Shador Sanders came in the game. I think Harold Fannin Jr. was great to start the year, and he just stopped getting targets. I don't know what happened. Grant Delpit with a fumble recovery, interception by Devin Bush and Cole Schwessinger. Yeah, dominant defensive game. Myles Garrett, I mean, come on, man. This guy's
4 sacks.
5
was like,
tackles for a
that's what
loss and 4 sacks, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's what made me say, okay, we might actually lose this game.
dude, this guy is like single-handed. I'm telling you, like, if you're watching or anything, this guy is single-handedly, literally carrying this team like week in, week out.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually kind of fucking insane. Like, I don't know how or a defensive end can keep you in the game, but we're witnessing it with Myles Garrett, and we might be potentially witnessing the greatest defensive player probably to ever live without the team accolades. Aaron Donald has a Super Bowl. I'm sure Aaron Donald, I think he has at least like 3 defensive player of the years. He's probably been all team defense multiple occasions. Yeah, you look at what Myles Garrett is doing, and he might break the record for most sacks in a season. He might do it. If he keeps playing like this, he very well might do it. And obviously, the Browns, it's tough for them going forward. But how do you feel about the Ravens' schedule going forward, and what games concern you, and what games do you think you should win?
Okay, so we have Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals again, Pats, Packers, and Steelers again. Obviously, the division game scares me.
Mm-hmm.
I think because they're always worrisome, especially the 2 against the Steelers, because one is the last week of the season that could change the playoff picture if we do make it.
Right.
I could change it. It's a 1 p.m. game as well, so it's like chop. Packers obviously is going to be tough against Michael Parsons. That whole Packers defense is annoying to play against for every team.
Absolutely.
I'm not ready for our offense to deal with it, especially Lamar. If he's actually still injured, this will be rough for him.
Right.
Because the Eagles, not the Eagles, the Packers defense is very how can I say this? Pressure heavy.
Right.
So it's gonna be tough, for him to get out of pocket if he really had a hamstring injury again.
Right.
So it's been very, very interesting. Obviously, the Pats 8-2, beat the Buccaneers, beat the Bills. There's the team to. Honestly, I have to say now, if we win this game, I'll be very surprised.
Right.
This Pats team is one of the best I've seen in a long time, and that says a lot. Not maybe like. I think just behind the Super Bowl winning team. I'll go that far.
Yeah, I coaching matters a lot in the NFL. And they very well could get coached to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's literally what I feel like so far. They've been coached to wins all season. And obviously the Raiders game was not necessarily a stinker, but first game of the year. You get it out in the first game of the year, and I don't think they've ever looked back since. You know what I mean? They haven't looked.
And the second loss is to who again? The second loss is literally the Steelers in week 3.
Yeah, which the Steelers are an odd team, but I don't mind losing to them. They have a lot of veterans on that team. And you do like to see you would like to see Drake may continue to have the season he's having, and you would like to see the defense continue to have the season that they're having. But they could. There's potentially they could come back down to earth against the Ravens. But people
Yeah.
are suspecting this team to go 14-3. I think they could very well win out.
But they could. They have Bengals, Giants, Bills again, Baltimore Jets, and Miami.
They could win out.
They could win 14. Yeah.
If the Bills are on a heater, that's the only team I could see them really losing to. And if the Ravens continue to win, I honestly, they probably could lose to both. Like the floor is 13-4. I think the ceiling is 15-2, bro. No bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go for the 4. I go 12 though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at 8-2, that's 4 wins.
Mm-hmm.
You lose 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And you lose Buffalo and Baltimore.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I mean, the Pats can obviously win 12, 14 games easily.
Right. Oh, no. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. With that being said, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a rough weekend for me. In terms
Even for me as well.
My A&M Aggies almost gave me a fucking heart attack yesterday. Holy fuck. Don't ever do that again. If any
except for me for the Ravens, it's been bad for me as well.
Yeah. Canadians lost. You guys, we were supposed to do a recap today, but everyone was so busy today. We'll probably do a little bit of a Bruins Canadians recap tomorrow for you guys if we can. It'll probably be me and Ben for that because no one else really probably watched it unless Luke shows up. I know Luke watched the game. But we'll probably do a little bit of Bruins Canadians video for you guys. We are going to get a long format with Josh and Nova. Definitely this week for you guys. Some hockey, a little bit of hockey updates, a little bit of a league roundtable. As far as football, I'm probably personally going to put out a Drake May film video this week. If anybody would like to tune in, Ben, you're more than welcome for film. I'm definitely going to do some Drake May film, some Jalen Hurts film, some Jordan Love film. Just some things that I want to show some differences about these guys because been hearing a lot that Drake May is considered not the widespread best quarterback, and I think people are delusional. I think he has been the best quarterback in the league.
I've seen a stat that doesn't have a 300-yard game in the NFL yet. I don't know if that's true or not, but
who, Jordan Love?
May.
He hasn't had one, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really need to.
I know, but it's still
he's just the thing about May is he moves the ball efficiently. That's his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think you look at the previous years and obviously, it's a little bit different. But if you look at his game log this year, I mean, he has yet to have a 300-yard game, but I don't really think I don't think that's capable with this offense yet. Like, you look at the receivers and some of the other guys, there's no real – and Keyshawn Boutte was hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's been hurt. So, like, that's his, like, long-range guy. Like, I feel like he was getting acclimated with him a little bit more as the weeks went by. But the closest he's come to was the first game where he had 287, and then he had 282 against Cleveland, and then 281 against the Jets. So he's getting there.
He's averaging 258 this year.
Yeah.
It's
a steady 220 plus average. Like, if you look at some of the other games, like he's had lower than 250 at certain times, but the only games he's had lower really than 250 was against Tennessee, Carolina, and Miami.
I think that was run heavy games as well. So that's probably
and run heavy team. You gotta set the run up. You gotta have the run to set up the pass. So, with that being said, guys, though, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, we got a lot of people on Instagram because I wasn't even able to see any of the viewers on Instagram. I think it only shows for like YouTube, the eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think it shows for Twitch or I don't think it shows for Twitch or it shows for.
If you go on the eye, it says where our viewers are coming from.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't show for Instagram for some.
It doesn't show for
Instagram,
Instagram.
I'm still live on there. I know.
But
yeah, guys, thank you guys. We'll be back live after this Eagles game. I gotta eat real quick. Gotta drink some high noons because fuck the Chiefs. Ben and I are gonna go watch some football, but thank you guys for tuning in.
I'll be back later.
Hey, a lot of work put into this moment. A lot of work. Remember one thing today. You're not alone. You got 10 dudes around you that are going to lay it on the line for you. Do the same for them. Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Driving out of state, I'm crossing interstates. You know that I don't play. I will take you on a date. Yeah, I'm the 40 games. So never switching.
Ready to go.
I know this from the heart, cause you know that I'm a star. And it's all came from the heart. You were here when it was hard. I told the world.
Hey, gotta love this, man. Get to go out there and play some football, man. Have some fun, play for each other.
Or each other for the man next to you.
Hey, 60 minutes, play for one another.
Hey, man, this is a hell of an opportunity. What you willing to lay on the line? Ask yourself that.
Finish, grind, take a deep breath, and have some fun. Okay?